What's going on, guys? My name is Sakha, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to build a winning agency culture. My name is Sakha. Over the last 5 years, I started my insurance agency journey 5 years ago. I started from scratch, and I started captive as an all-state office, and we have grown into 2 offices and have scaled to about $5 million in earned agency premium. I am in the process of acquiring a 3rd office that would take me to about $10 million. So fingers crossed, and hopefully that happens. But I'm here to tell you that a major key to our success has been our agency culture. How I've been able to recruit and hire the right people and how to keep them engaged as employees. My turnover has been better than most, I would say. Turnover is something that all businesses experience, but a key to keeping the right players on your team and keeping them longer is to have a winning agency culture, having the right people in the first place. And that's what we're going to go over today. I have it broken down into 4 keys to building a winning agency culture. So if this is your first time tuning in, do me a huge favor, destroy the like button if you get some value. Subscribe for all videos, insurance, entrepreneurship, and self-development. And be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms as well. Let's get started. The first key to building a winning agency culture is to have a compelling vision for your office, a compelling vision for where your agency is headed. Where is it going? And what's in it for your team? What's in it for the people that you bring onto your team? Because that's what people want to know. Because if you can't separate yourself from every other insurance office, if you can't separate yourself from any other business that's hiring, then what's their motivation to come work with you? Okay, because if you don't provide a vision, they're going to go somewhere else where they can get that, where they can get a clear understanding of what's in it for them and why they should go 100% at this. And so that's the first key. If you're an agency owner, then you need to create a vision. What's your goal for this office and what's in it for the rest of the team? The second key to building a winning agency culture is to have core principles, also known as non-negotiables. And so if you haven't clearly articulated what those core principles for your agency is, your core philosophies, like what do you believe in? What are your standards and expectations? What are your non-negotiables? Meaning that if anybody crosses this line, then they've got to go. Whether you got to fire them or let them go, any of your employees that aren't abiding by your core principles, it's time for them to go. And you should also, I recommend you interview to this. Interview to your core principles. Interview to your non-negotiables. Ask your candidates these certain questions that will identify what kind of people they are before you bring them into your organization, before you bring them into your culture. And so hold your team accountable to them. Every big company has core principles. Every big company has non-negotiables. We're talking Nikes of the world, Apples, we're talking the Amazons, we're talking football teams. Alabama is like a top college football program. They have non-negotiables. The Patriots for the NFL, they have non-negotiables. They have standards and expectations that are clearly written out. They're probably posted all over the place. They're, during orientation, they're being discussed. They're being clearly communicated that this is what we expect. This is what's non-negotiable, that no matter what, this needs to happen. And so I'll give you a little bit of my system and process with it is that, I have them hung up at each desk. During orientation, when I go over our agency handbook with every new employee, we're going over our standards, our philosophies, and our non-negotiables. So that way, if they ever cross the line, they knew about this, right? We discussed it. I clearly communicated that this is what I'm expecting of every employee, and unfortunately, you're not, you're falling short of this or whatnot. And so it's very important that your expectations are being clearly communicated. I'll give you a few of ours. Some of my non-negotiables are our environment. Our office environment is fun, positive, accountable, and competitive, right? We're going to have fun, right? We're going to have fun. Everyone must be positive. No negativity is allowed in our agency at all. And we are going to hold each other accountable, and we're going to be competitive. We're driven to be the top agency in our state. And who knows where it goes from there, but we need to be number one here first. And so that's clearly communicated. I'll give you a few of our other standards and philosophies that I go over at during our agency handbook. My agency standards and philosophies, they're hung up at every desk. I go over them with every employee. I have 8 of them. Some might argue that 8 is too many. Some people like to keep it between 4 and 6. But we have 8, and every single one of them are pretty important, and they are: positive mental attitude, PMA, always be present, be coachable, train daily, and grow. Deliver a wow experience to our clients. I stole that from Zappos. Always focus 10% on the problem and 90% on the solution. Number 6 is good energy. Always come with good energy. Don't enter my office with any negative, stale, bad energy. Number 7, live with integrity. Do what's right all the time. And number 8 is to remember your why. So those are my 8 standards and philosophies to my operation. I go over them with everybody. And of course, they're hung up everywhere, so that way they can see it each and every day. These next 2 keys are probably the most important in my opinion. That's subjective, but the third key to building a winning organization is to know your team and make sure that they know your vision, okay? Now, what do I mean by know your team? You've got to know what they're going through. You've got to know their personal goals and aspirations and never get in the way of that. Always support what they have going on, and you have to have a relationship with your team knowing what it is that they're working towards. What is their long-term vision for life? This is one of the questions I ask in almost every interview to get a handle of what is this person working towards? How can I add value to them? How can I help them achieve that? And so by understanding what your employees are working towards financially, right? What is it, something specific that they're working towards? Are they saving up for a new car? Are they saving up to put their kids through homeschool? Are they working to buy a house, right? Like, what is it that they're working on? Do they want to be in your shoes and own a business someday and own an agency? That's something that you have to find out. And you only find that out through one-on-one coaching sessions. You find that out through having them write it out, right? Like, have them write out their vision and goals. If you want to be the agency owner that has them create their vision board and have them hang it up and for them to see daily, for you to understand what that is, because our main goal is to leave people better off. Whether that's with you or without you, right? Help them with their dreams and goals, because that's all that matters, okay? And by doing that, they are going to give you 1,000% towards your agency's vision, your agency's goals. And so the most important key is to hold people accountable to their goals, right? If they have this financial goal of saving up for a house, then let's create a goal. Let's create a game plan to game plan how much you need to sell in order to achieve that amount of commissions. How much do you need to perform here at the office to be able to make that goal a reality? And so you have to understand what your team's doing, like why they show up to the office every day and what it is that they're working towards, because that's going to create loyalty like no other. Because people don't give a crap about what you know, they give a crap about how much you care. Do you care about them? Do you want what's best for them? Do you have their goals in mind first before your own? And that's what being a business owner, that's what being a leader is all about, is putting the needs of others before your own for as long as possible, right? Help as many people. How to become successful is to help as many people as you can become successful, right? How do you get everything you want in life? Is to help enough people get everything that they want in life. And that's the same, and that's what creates a winning organization, is when you put the needs of your team before your own and before the agency's goals. The fourth key to building a winning agency culture is to work hard, play hard. You guys have all heard it. This is super important. You got to reward your team for, when you guys reach goals, when your team reaches goals, it's important to celebrate those victories. It's important to take some time to celebrate and let the team know that, hey guys, you guys busted your tails off. Let's celebrate. Let's go bowling. Let's reward your team with team outings, right? Like go to Top Golf. We do Top Golf all the time. One time I rented a boat rented a captain. They took us all the way, throughout Lake Mead, and I brought a bunch of alcohol, and we had a great experience, right? Subway sandwiches. I mean, the team absolutely loved the boating day, and that was for hitting a record month at our office. And so I say that because if you don't reward your team, they're just going to feel burnt out. They're going to feel that you're just this like Hitler type leader, and nobody likes those type of leaders. And you'll get performance if you're that, if you're that type of leader, you'll get performance out of your employees, but they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be loyal. They're going to be looking for other gigs. And so it's important to reward your team as much as possible. Last month we did Plinko for sales performance, right? So everyone got to drop a Plinko, and there was giveaways as far as like $100 gift cards, $50 gift cards, cash giveaways, so on and so forth. I know of other offices that do a cash grab where they buy this giant, inflatable room or like little telephone booth where money, and they buy like $500 in ones, and they let the money just, fly all over the place. And the employees that qualify get 60 seconds in the cash grab. I've seen that. I've seen putting for dollars. And so find different ways to reward your team for their performance, and you've got to get creative with it. And there's so many ideas. If you're connected with other agents and other insurance offices, or just not even insurance offices, any offices, find out what they're doing to keep their staff engaged, to keep their staff motivated. And you'd be surprised, the little things make a difference. It adds to the happiness of your organization. And so get creative. Remember to always work hard and play hard. Another major key, this is a bonus key, is recognition. You've got to recognize your team, whether that's for whether you're having your Christmas dinner, right? Your Christmas dinner with your team, and you create awards. Create awards. They're like $100, $150 to create an award for the top producers, right? They love that stuff. I know when I was a banker for 7 years, and whenever I won an award, I wore it with pride, and of course that's not my main motivation. Every employee is different. I've always been a money-motivated guy. However, awards make a difference. They make you feel special. They make you feel acknowledged, and that is a major key to building a winning organization. And so make sure that you're doing annual awards. Make sure you're doing the Christmas dinners. Make sure that, every once in a while, I told my service team one time, hey, I got you guys gift cards to the nail salon right next door. Go knock yourselves out, right? Go get your nails done. Go enjoy yourselves, right? I've gotten them spa treatments at one of the casinos here. Just finding different ways to take care of your team. That's not always just money, right? Recognition, just acknowledging that people are doing a great job makes the world of a difference, and it creates so much loyalty for them to your business. And so always make sure you're finding ways to recognize your team. Another idea that just came to my head is we have a sales champion every month. Someone's getting announced the sales champion. If you repeat as champion, you get a $100 bonus. If you, a $200 bonus. If you three-peat as champion, you get a $300 bonus. And the team wants to be champion, right? Finding different ways to acknowledge, never forget work anniversaries, never forget birthdays. These are the things that create long-term loyalty with you and your agency team. And so make sure that you're recognizing your team. This is probably, again, I said the other two were super important. This one's majorly important as well. So hey, look, if you guys stuck through this long, I want to say thank you so much for supporting the YouTube channel. If you guys have any topics you want me to discuss, leave a comment down below. I'd love to engage with you, and also destroy the like button if you got some value. Subscribe for all things insurance, entrepreneurship, and self-development. Follow me on my social media platforms as well. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.